A Heart of a Family, episode 140. Comment, like, share, subscribe.
How come you never look at the camera when you do that?
It's because I'm watching TV.
You have to look at his notes on the wall.
Make sure he said everything.
I don't have a note on my wall. I can't even put tape on my wall.
I was just joking.
Look, did everybody struggle going to work today after the weekend?
No.
I know I did. I had a long weekend.
From someone.
There you go. I'm trying to make my finger hot.
This video is titled 11-year-old's prank ends in felony charge.
Dang.
So there was a text message from someone saying they were behind a car. Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast, and they were on the interstate behind the car.
Everything on your phone is telling me that you made a phone call 911.
But I didn't talk.
Because you did something stupid.
I'm not going to the car!
Here, Amanda. Here, stop. Hey.
On July 26, 2023, dispatchers in Volusia County receive urgent 911 texts from a driver who claims to be following an armed kidnapper's van on the interstate. When they trace the phone, however, they learn the messages are coming from a residence in Port Orange, turning a plea for help into an unexpected lesson in consequences.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old, that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I'm not going to do this again.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has mostly never been seen before until now. It's just after 9:45 a.m. when 911 begins receiving texts from someone named Lily Lee Combs. She claims to be following a kidnapper's van on the interstate.
Wow.
Updates are still pouring in. Volusia County deputies, multiple area police departments, and a helicopter join the urgent search. When they fail to locate the van, a deputy tries calling the phone number that's been sending the text messages.
Hello? Hello? Hi. Is this the... What's your name? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm trying to reach the
So
person
they're not
that
even
called
answering the
911.
phone.
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, shut up.
Please leave your message for 3.
No, it's going to voicemail. It says, RP confirming they are in a blue Jeep. Victim is in a white van. They can see they are being restrained through the windows. At the turnaround?
A new text message comes through, including a detailed description of the suspect, who's described as having brown hair and blue eyes.
How is she behind?
So the girl played a prank. Somebody was getting kidnapped. I don't even know
But
you can
who is
text
she
the
pranking though?
Right.
The police department.
All right, we're gonna see.
That's who she called.
I know, but how is that a prank though?
Because you
Chance,
lied.
don't. What I tell you the other day. Don't do nothing stupid. This is considered stupid.
Yeah.
Behind them? She's seeing this happen and she knows what color eyes he has. That's weird. Brown hair and blue eyes, but she's behind them, like
If she was saw the incident or saw witness the kidnapping, or how would you even be following them and know any of this?
Yeah, RP confirming they were in a blue Jeep, victim in a white van. Of course it's a white van. It just...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying this by any means, but it's just...
Yeah.
I've had calls like this before.
Their suspicions about the text messages are all but confirmed when a GPS trace on the phone comes back to a residence in Port Orange, indicating the texter is not traveling on the highway as they claimed. Deputies quickly head to the residence to investigate.
Hey there, how you doing?
Is this your residence, sir?
This is.
Do you have a daughter or a child at the home named by Lily Lee?
No.
No?
Anybody home?
Yeah, my wife. We just got home from Pennsylvania. I have an Ava and a Mikey.
Ava and a Mikey?
Yep. Would you like to see them?
The deputies follow him to his house, where he informs his wife what's going on.
There was a 911 call?
Yeah, so somebody called in, or well, they texted.
Sorry, I'm in my pajamas.
No, it's fine.
You're fine.
Someone texted into 911 that someone was getting kidnapped and they were on the interstate, but then when they went and did like a location on the phone, the address was showing up here.
As their daughter Ava steps into the garage, her phone rings. The deputy answers it, leading to a shocking conclusion.
Hello? Hold on. Who's this? All right, cool. This is Deputy Asby, the Sheriff's Office.
Oh, good. You got her.
Yep. All right.
Oh, okay. Is her dad home?
Yep. I got both.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Her parents here.
Yeah, we're gonna ask the sheriff to go away in a second.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
What happened? I'm so.
Let me see this phone.
Yeah, so all these other numbers, so there's a phone call out to 911.
There's a phone call out to
Yeah.
Right there.
What time?
That's her
There's one
call.
right
That's
here.
her calling it.
There's 911 again right there.
This phone was called
These
in.
numbers calling back in are no caller ID.
She looking at her like, "Are you serious?"
You did.
Well, there's 3 different times that 911 was called out from this phone.
9:30 a.m.
Yep.
That was the initial call.
Twice.
No, I didn't mean to call that because I.
But you did.
Reports show that the number belonging to Ava dialed 911 at 9:30. When asked where the emergency is, a female identified as possibly a juvenile responded, "I'm sorry, I dialed the wrong number." The same phone number would later begin texting 911 to report the kidnapping.
When did? I'm just so confused. I'm sorry. When did you got a message about an interstate?
So there was a text message from someone saying they were behind a car.
Could I call this
Who
back?
was kidnapped. Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast, and they were on the interstate behind the car.
What time was this?
This
Wow.
is today. It's
Oh, we
actively
got
going on
home at
right
2:30 in the morning.
now. Okay.
So we were here the whole time since 2:30. We were on the interstate coming
Hey,
home.
everything.
He about to go off.
I like the fact that they ain't playing into the daughter and saying, acting like they wouldn't. She would never do nothing like that. He getting in her butt.
Mm-hmm.
Showing that
Pennsylvania.
Right.
you called out.
We showed up here like 2:10, 2:15.
Okay.
And we went to bed.
But these 911 calls
For this
count.
morning. You were calling 911? You were. Don't look surprised. You did. You
Did
did
you-
it on your phone.
Did they say anything to you? No one said anything to you?
Did you say, Ava, you have to explain what happened here. Something's going on. What did you know? What do you know?
Mikey, go inside. Ava, get your shoes on. Come out here.
I couldn't hear anything.
About to explode.
You're not in trouble. I just
Right
need to know what happened. I need to know and understand because this is like weird.
Because we got to make sure that there's not somebody that's being kidnapped on the interstate. And we're trying to find them. And all of a
Open your
sudden-
mouth if you said something on the phone.
I didn't say anything,
Everything on your phone is telling me that you made a phone call 911.
but I didn't talk.
While one deputy
What?
But she didn't talk.
But I didn't talk.
Like shit Chance will say.
You called, but you didn't talk. But then you
I called him, but I didn't talk.
Kidnapping.
Hey!
Chance, be quiet.
heads to her cruiser, she greets officers from the Port Orange Police Department who have just arrived at the scene.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, I just trying to make heads and tails of that damn call. There's
Where's-
so many notes in it, my God.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We're with the parents and the daughter, and I guess the daughter did have. We pulled up the call log, and she did call 911.
So the whole armed kidnapping thing and all that stuff is bogus, or?
There was no text evidence when we looked through it, so I don't know if she deleted it real quick or if it's like through an app. Yeah, it seems it's probably just the swatting thing. She's like 10 years old. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
While Ava's parents demand an explanation, deputies prepare to Mirandize the 11-year-old.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
What?
Hey, but that swatting thing is serious. People have died because of that.
It is,
Right.
yeah.
They have a like a little docu-series on that.
I think Florida is doing something with it now, like where it's gonna be illegal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they did this one guy, and the police showed up at his house. And you keep in mind, the guy has no idea what's going on, but they showed up at this one guy's house and ended up shooting him, and he died. Literally died.
That's crazy.
Died because of what?
Year-old who has yet to fully grasp the gravity of the situation.
You just lied to the police and mommy and daddy. You just lied to everybody.
You have 3 sheriffs here. That's stupidity.
Tell them to us.
Open your mouth. I'm telling you, open your mouth.
She's going to read you something, and then we're going to ask you some questions. What's your name? Ava. How old are you, Ava?
All right, Miss Ava, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions,
like,
and to
"What-
have the
what?
lawyer present
Look at her."
during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before my questioning if you wish.
We're reading her rights.
Because you did something stupid.
Right.
Let me explain something here, okay? You can cry about this. What you've done here is a felony, okay?
Dang.
A felony crime, and you probably had 20 law enforcement officers at least, a helicopter, and all running with lights and siren on high speed to try to apprehend or try to stop a serious forcible felony from happening. Do you know what happens if one of those officers crashes and gets killed on the way to responding to something that you did as a joke?
Wow.
You better take this serious.
Under pressure from both her father and the deputy, Ava offers an excuse for her actions, which doesn't sit well with the deputy.
What y'all think the excuse is?
I think she gonna say she didn't mean to call, or somebody else made her call, or
She saw it on TikTok.
yeah, that too.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be influenced by her friends or something, or trying to get somebody back. I don't know.
I mean, but would you believe her at this point, though?
No.
No.
Me either.
Ava, you need to tell the exact truth. I don't want a story. I don't care what it is. I want the exact truth.
You can't make this go away by being quiet. The only thing you're going to end up that's going to happen to you is you're going to end up in a pair of handcuffs going to our juvenile facility. I'm not going to mince any words with you. That's a very distinct possibility of what can happen here today. Don't look at your mother. She didn't have any part in this. This was all you.
Yesterday, my brother said something that just made me pop in the head, and then I ended up going to check and doing all this.
Was he part of planning this with you?
No, he just said it, and then
What did he say?
he said that what's 911?
This is your brother?
Yeah, he said it this way.
Oh, when we're done with you, wait a minute.
And then I said, no, we can't. And I had an idea this morning, and then I just...
So you're trying to blame this on your brother?
You could ask me.
Was he with you when you made this call?
No.
Okay, was he with you when you made these texts?
No.
Okay, then you did this. You were on your own for this. And if your brother's 7 years old, you're not going to blame your 7-year-old brother for this. This was all
Now
your...
he's 7.
Okay.
To call 911 to do what?
The dad, he got me like he about to whoop me.
Right, I'm like, oh, shoot, take your shoe off.
He told you to go up on the roof and jump off the roof. Would you do that? So what's the difference?
Deputies will soon discover the startling truth behind Ava's fabricated story. For now, Ava's mother raises concerns about recent questionable activity on Ava's phone.
Jeez.
But see, this is what they need to do to these crazy TikTok videos. These police officers need to show up at these kids' houses.
Mm-hmm.
doing all this silly
We
stuff, and the
just need to
kids
be like
getting hurt.
China.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all can't do nothing.
Mm-mm. Ava shouldn't have
Nothing.
a phone. She don't need no phone at 11.
I'm
That's
telling you,
crazy.
I'm getting that Nokia. Limited minutes. Can't download. You gonna play Snake? That's all you gonna play.
That used to be an entertainer, though. I used to do that all day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think they'll
Then
play with anything. It's just now it's just so much out there and for kids to do, and it's just
and I
all
don't
these
even think you
apps
can.
and
I don't even think you can like filter TikTok and all that to where like you can't see certain things. If that's the case, they need to go ahead and make a kids TikTok. They'll make some money on
Dude.
yeah.
it. Just for kids.
Yeah, but just think some of them
But it
kids create accounts that be, for
Nah, cause
adults.
then you gotta verify with your ID.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
She think I
16
have
and up, maybe 16. I can do it. 16 and up. As soon as you get your driver's
yeah.
license, you can go rated M for mature
But these days, these kids don't even be thinking.
or TV 14, whatever the one under rated R is.
does little to impact the situation.
So I have something really weird with that phone. When we first got that, the phone kept ringing non-stop, ringing in to me. And I was picking it up and there was like people talking and like, I'm like, hello, and like non-stop, like, I mean, every 4 seconds there was a call coming in with random.
Look, if you ever want to know if a kid's guilty, they stand with their feet narrow to each other
Hmm.
and they start fiddling with stuff. Look at her playing with a shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers, and I didn't know them. And I was saying, block contact. Like, as soon as we got that phone number,
Okay,
and
well,
she's like this.
that has nothing to do with what went on today.
Questions about her intentions lead to a harsh
Is the mama
reality
trying to
check
make
from the
an
deputy.
excuse? Was she trying to make an excuse for her?
It sounds like it.
I think she was just.
It's the phone's fault.
Because the police officer said that don't have nothing to do with today.
It doesn't. But I think
So
she's
why
just
she
trying to
say
make
it?
sense of it and try to figure out why she would do it. But she just said
It was
it
a
was her
prank.
7-year-old brother, and somehow it escalated to this.
Who forces Ava to consider the possible consequences of the false report.
What were you planning on happening out of this? Well, what did you think was going to happen when you said somebody was kidnapped and somebody had a gun? What did you think was going to happen? Well, did you have any thoughts about how much of the law enforcement resources in this area you were going to take up by doing that? I probably never thought of that, right? Did you think of the men and women that have families at home that are driving 90 or 100 miles an hour with their lights and siren on, trying to save somebody who's a victim of an armed kidnapping, that they could be involved in a traffic crash and be seriously injured or killed because you wanted to make a joke? Does that seem funny to you? Would that be funny if that happened? Because I can tell you that would be even more serious than what you're looking at right now.
You physically see your father walk up to sheriffs, military, everybody, thank you for your service. And then you do like this?
Though it wasn't captured on camera, reports state that Ava admitted to getting the idea to prank 911 from a YouTube challenge. And a deputy...
Where was Lisa was right. See there?
Social media.
That is ridiculous.
Video that you saw, where was it? On YouTube? Do you remember who the creator was or who the poster was? What it was about? What do you mean by all of this? This as in what? So it was a video about the Palm Coast Chick-fil-A. That's it. That's all the video was about? Gotcha. So, yep. So you saw a video that somebody made about how fun it would be to call 911 or text 911 and say somebody's got a gun, somebody's trying to get hurt. You thought it'd be fun to recreate that. Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
However, Ava is about to realize an apology won't be enough to escape the consequences. Meanwhile, one deputy reveals that he was able to reach Ava by phone just before their arrival and got a less than friendly response from the young girl.
27 minutes, she lied to the dispatcher or the call taker over text, and then when I caught her up, she told me to F myself and stop responding.
Whoa.
Like, God.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you know what's up? The jig's up.
That's when she started deleting more text messages.
Based on
she
Ava's
started
statements,
deleting
deputies
it.
decided
Wow. And they need to realize they can never delete anything.
Right. Ever. When they like, oh, it's an app. It deletes as soon as you find out it's there.
That's what you think.
Right.
Yeah,
They want to find it, they will find it.
And then I just wonder how many times before has she called 911 and this is the time she got caught.
And blamed it on our little brother.
7-year-old
Right.
brother.
Then it turned into YouTube.
there's enough probable cause to arrest Ava and prepare to take the 11-year-old into custody.
Hey, Amanda. Here, stop. Hey. Stop.
Resisting.
Wow.
Give her another felony.
She can't sit in a dentist's office, so that's why I'm saying.
Deep breath.
Listen carefully. Don't make this.
She's gonna come out there. No, she'll be out there.
She is going to hurt herself right now. She's not going to. Don't prevent her. So stop. Listen to me. What's your Ava? Ava. Stop struggling, okay? They're not going to hurt you. Yeah, they're not going to hurt you. Listen carefully what's going to happen here. No one's going to hurt you. You're going to sit in the car for now, okay? If you go somewhere, what it's going to involve is taking pictures, taking fingerprints, and then they're going to call your parents to come and get you. So don't make the situation any worse. They'll be up shortly after that.
Go in the car?
No, you can't go in the car.
The company if you have to.
It just can't happen.
I'm telling you this right now. You're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old. That if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
Ava is placed into the back of the police car
her that.
where her father delivers a few hard truths.
I'm just warning you, you're not going to sit for a couple hours. They're going to be bringing you into a building, fingerprinting you, doing all sorts of stupid. You're stupid. Your life just changed, kid. Over a phone call, your life just changed.
Minutes later, the reality of the situation continues to have an emotional impact on her parents.
This is the best punishment for her right now. Sucks for us, but this is the best thing for her because she's bouncing on
It
it.
sucks for us. I work my off with you to keep this kid doing stuff normal like we do this kid, and this is the he does.
Wow.
To a statement from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, 11-year-old Ava was charged with making a false police report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner, a felony, and misuse of 911, a misdemeanor. After being processed at the Family Resource Center, she was later transferred to the Volusia Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, an experience she is unlikely to forget. We requested more information about her case from the Volusia County Juvenile Court, and they said nothing is releasable.
So it's a minor. Wow.
These damn kids want to do everything they see on
Tell
TV.
you they need to leave them social media challenges alone. That's crazy.
The car. I'm tripping. Still tripping when she said I didn't talk.
No, I just called 911. I didn't talk.
That sound like some typical kid shit. Like, what do you mean?
But then I'm like, she's so naive and don't understand the severity
Right.
of it. You didn't already admitted to a crime in the first place, and you called 911. So for them to get word that somebody got kidnapped and guns, you had to talk.
Right.
Yeah, that's terrible. Kids need to leave them challenges alone.
They need to stop trying to lie to people.
Yep.
Like, we're not dumb. Chance wrote on his wall with a green marker. Then he has a note on his bathroom door saying, "Do not go in my bathroom." In the same green marker, he tells me he didn't write on the wall. It was a ghost. I stopped believing him when he was younger and told me one time he did something. I said, "Who did it?" "Jesus did it." I said, "What the fuck?" I had to walk away from him. I had to walk away. Like, are you serious? How else did this green marker get on his wall? Finally, he admitted it. Like, boy, I'm not stupid. I'm mad because you're lying. Like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Tell you anything and sound like that doesn't make any sense. None of this is right. But yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. I wonder what the outcome was of Ava.
She probably didn't get in trouble.
She probably had to do like community service and stuff.
Yeah. Cleaning up the police station or something.
And then probably like weeks of little seminars and stuff that they send kids through to be released from the juvenile.
I bet she won't do it again after getting arrested.
At first, I thought they was just going like, how did the scare straight stuff? Just scare. I didn't think they were gonna do all of that.
Took her down, fingerprinted her.
I thought they was just gonna use it as a scare tactic.
Oh my God. She better not do nothing ever again in life because they got her on record.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's the dangers of the social media. That's what's so crazy. She saw it on YouTube and thought it would be fun to do. Like, somebody could have really died.
Yep, or they could have saw a car, or some people in the car looking suspicious, following them, shooting at the car, or whatever. It could have ended up bad.
Yeah, they don't be understanding. Hopefully, she learned though.
Yeah,
because that wasn't just a slap on the wrist. They like that could like arrested her ass. That's funny.
I know.
Do you blame the parents?
No, her daddy was pissed off. Clearly, he be on them. He's mad. She probably ain't ever gonna have a phone till she get out. She get out of school.
Her door gonna be taken off the hinge.
Right? Like he one of them parents. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, he was pissed.
This is what
like I said earlier, they wasn't the parents. That the mama kind of tried to make an excuse for it, talking about somebody was calling the number, but the daddy wasn't hearing it.
Right. Like, no, this is what she's doing. I'm working hard to get her in activities, and this is what she thinks is fun. He probably the one that told him take her ass to jail.
He probably on the side. He wasn't having none of that.
Right. He probably pulled the police officer aside and was like, "No, arrest her."
And I think that's what she was kind of wanting too, for the parents to say, "Oh, she didn't do nothing," and to make up excuses and stuff for her. But she didn't get that. That's what's wrong with some kids.
Yeah, because that's serious though. You can really get somebody hurt. And then the parents can also be sued. Like if they were to call like a helicopter out to look for, it's not.
And the parents can still get charged for the resources that the city or the county put in.
That's what I was saying. They can get sued for that. All that money that you wasting getting getting a helicopter up, your parents gonna pay for it. That's probably why daddy mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pure. Yeah, she grounded till she turned 25.
Oh, Vika, did you see where Trump pardoned the Chrisleys?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, they
He did a
were that long.
full. I know they only been in there for like 4 or 5 months. He did a full
Right.
pardon.
Oh,
They'll
wow.
probably be out tomorrow, or
Right.
what's today? Tomorrow's Wednesday. No later than Thursday, because I don't think they can keep him in there too much longer with him being fully pardoned. Ain't no point of detaining them no more.
If they in for like tax fraud, the same stuff that he was in,
Tax
he's
fraud, wire
supposed to
fraud,
be.
bank fraud, all
Same
that.
thing he's supposed to be in for.
Yeah.
Yep. He pardoned both of them. They got a full pardon.
That's crazy.
He said they sentence he thought was a little bit too harsh.
Wow. Like they committed crime.
And I think Todd was supposed to get 12 years, and I think Julie was supposed to get 7.
Oh, okay. And they ain't even been in there 6 months.
Mm-mm.
Well, they jail for a while, or was they just going to court? Maybe they
I think they was just going to court. And then I think they had to go back, for the formal sentencing, or turning themselves in to go serve their sentence.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, Ezell, have you seen the little girl video doing the boots on the ground?
I'm gonna have to watch it.
We need to watch I sent it to you in WhatsApp too. We need to watch that one tomorrow because they reported the mama to CPS.
I just can't believe she basically pimping her daughter out. Like I would never do that. Why do grown men want to come take pictures with a little girl?
Mm-hmm.
She think it's okay because they paying her. Now, when you wake up one morning, her ass ain't in her room because one of these pedophiles and found where y'all stayed and kidnapped her ass. You ain't gonna be thinking that's a good idea.
And that's what they were saying too, that it's probably pedophiles in the area or scheduling appointments to, take pictures with her and stuff. And you got
Grown
all
men
these
taking
grown
pictures of her
men. Yeah.
suspect to being a pedophile. What grown man would be
And
like,
then these fake uncles.
Right. How mama?
Yeah, so we need to touch on that tomorrow because I know that'll be all throughout the way. And then I think some of the websites or like the social media platforms they may be removing her videos.
That's crazy. People will do anything. Like, that's crazy. You exploit your kid for money. Chance, come on here and do the closing. We got 30 seconds.
Hurry up.
Chance.
Dang, seemed like it went by super fast today.
I know.
Endless connections.
Yeah, we'll
You're supposed to say comment, like, share, subscribe.
Comment, like, share, subscribe.
Now.
Yeah. And